Hari Om. Good morning, dear children. Welcome you all to this session. And today we shall deal with the supplementary part of Unit 1. The lesson is God Sees the Truth But Waits, written by Leo Tolstoy. Before getting into this lesson, let us recall of what we have done previously. We had seen Two Gentlemen of Verona, the prose piece by A.J. Cronin, in which he appreciates the love, responsibility and the sacrifice of the brothers towards their sister. The author was much impressed by their selfless action and expresses that their attitude have brought a new nobility to human life and gave promise of greater hope for human society. This is with regard to the two brothers who had wonderful qualities like universal quality called love, motherly quality sacrifice, and their hardworking nature, doing all sorts of odd jobs to get their sister recovered. Whereas in the poem The Castle, written by Edwin Muir, he details a past event where a soldier is bribed and causes the downfall of the strong castle. I hope you understand the contrast in the qualities here. The first quality in the lesson reveals the constructive nature, whereas in the second poem, The Castle, we understand the betrayal act of the guard, which is considered to be a shameful act that results in greed, that is, covet all, lose all. Let us learn to appreciate the good qualities. Doesn't matter if they are very few or small, and let us give up the destructive qualities which must be rooted from one's soul. Now, coming to this today's lesson, it deals with the divine quality here. To err is human, to forgive is divine. We are up to all sorts of mistakes and we should realize our mistakes. Realization is not committing it again. If at all we do, then it shows our nature only. Realization is not to repeat. Realization is not to repeat. There is no use in using the words like sorry, sorry, sorry. You'll have to realize for what you have done and see that you do not repeat it again. At the same time, the person affected will have to have a very great quality to forgive, and this is a divine quality. Now I would like to bring the picture of prose, poem and the supplementary that we are going to deal with. First, we had seen the wonderful qualities by which the author was amazed. The second, we had seen the narrator himself feeling shame for the act or the deed done by the guard who was bribed for the entry of the enemy. And third, we are talking about the divine quality called the quality of forgiving. It's a godly quality. The first lesson deals with the motherly quality sacrifice, where the brothers had sacrificed their life for the recovery of their sister. Second, The Castle reveals that we should not possess such characters. It should be rooted out from one's soul. That is a quality of greed. At the same time, you'll have to understand, children, the constructive qualities leads to success. And this quality of divine nature is given or expressed by Leo Tolstoy. The name of the lesson is God Sees the Truth But Waits, written by Leo Tolstoy. Now let us understand about the author. Leo Tolstoy was a Russian writer who is regarded as one of the greatest authors of all time. Born to an aristocratic Russian family, he is best known for the novels War and Peace and Anna Karenina. He had a deep interest in seeking a greater understanding and justification of life. He traveled widely through Europe, and after writing War and Peace and Anna Karenina, he underwent a change of religious and philosophical attitude. His philosophy began to attract disciples. He also developed a close relationship with Mahatma Gandhi, who was very impressed with Tolstoy's belief in non-violent resistance and vegetarianism. Of course, the non-violence. At present, we are facing the situation of corona. Since it is invisible, we are not able to apply any sort of weapons here, and try to understand. In God sees the truth but waits, the author's deep-seated faith in God and moral values is expressed. The story's essence is that forgiveness is the best sort of revenge in life. The hardcore criminal Makar Semyonich undergoes a spiritual transformation because Aksionov had forgiven him in spite of unjust suffering for 26 years. In the end, Aksionov gets peace of mind. It is only after he forgave Makar that he enjoyed serenity and was able to die in peace. Now, let us go through the story now. Since you don't have a text, you can just follow the key points given here. I'd like to develop the points given here. You can note it down, and that could be presented as an paragraph answer to you. First, we have the character Ivan Dmitrich Aksionov, or you can pronounce it as Ivan too. Ivan Dmitrich Aksionov lives in Vladimir in Russia. He is a merchant. Although he was prone to drinking in his youthful days, he gave up after his marriage, and he is always responsible and liked well by the people who knew him. One day, he decides to go to a fair as a business venture. But his wife pleads to him not to go as she had a bad dream the previous night. So that's what given in the third point. One day Aksionov disregards wife's dream and goes to a fair on business. He disregards his wife's dream and leaves for the fair. Aksionov meets another merchant on his way, and the two decide to travel together. They check into an inn and have some tea together. They then retire separately. Aksionov wakes up early to get to the fair and leaves without the other merchant. Within a few minutes, he is stopped by the police. So that's what given there in the fourth point. The police stop him. You know why the police stopped him? Yes. They explained to him that the merchant who had stayed with him the previous night was murdered and robbed. They search Aksionov's bag and find a bloody knife. Despite Aksionov's claims that he is not the murderer, he is sentenced and sent to Siberia. Even his wife's petition of mercy to Tsar was turned down. His wife's unwillingness to trust him was more devastating than Tsar's rejection of mercy petition. And therefore he was sent to jail in Siberia, where he spent 26 years. There he dedicates his life to God. He grew a long beard and became grandfather to the prisoners. He read the lives of saints and was found praying and singing in the choir. Therefore, he was respected by both the fellow prisoners and the jail authorities for his gentle behavior. Everyone in the jail believed in his innocence. Now, coming to the most important part of the story. Since it is a prison, you have a number of prisoners getting into it, and when a shipment of prisoners arrived on that particular day, Aksionov realized that one of the men, Makar Semyonich, was from his own hometown. He was very happy and he just inquired after his family, where he comes to know that they are all very flourishing well and all that. Overhearing conversations of Makar Semyonich with the other prisoners, Aksionov is convinced that Makar is the actual murderer for which he was blamed. So he confirms that he is the murderer. One day, the guards notice a tunnel and question Aksionov to tell them who has dug a tunnel. Aksionov knew Makar dug it, but he does not reveal it. When the authorities questioned him, he did not disclose the fact that Makar has done it. And now Makar feels guilty. Seeing his attitude, he went to Aksionov and confesses his guilt. He admits to Aksionov that he had killed the merchant and had placed the blood-stained knife in his bag. Now Makar feels guilty and he wants to inform and confess to the authorities regarding this. The process to release Aksionov begins, but unfortunately Aksionov dies when the order for his release came. Thus we come to the end of the story. See, the story's essence is that forgiveness is the best sort of revenge in life. The hardcore criminal Makar Semyonich undergoes a spiritual transformation because Aksionov had forgiven him in spite of unjust suffering for 26 years. And in the end, Aksionov gets peace of mind. It is only after he forgave Makar he enjoyed the serenity and was able to die in peace. That is why I told you in the beginning itself, this particular quality of forgiving is a divine quality or a godly quality. Not everyone is eligible to possess such a quality. Only a few. And this stay in the prison for 26 years had refined him, that he had turned into a responsible and a lovable person. Initially we had seen that he was loved by every person in Vladimir, in a town in Russia. And thereafter, even in the prison, he had won the hearts of the prisoners as well as the authorities. Children, try to understand that the entire unit talks about the qualities that we ought to possess. And these qualities not only bring success, they also bring peace and harmony among the people. We'll have to understand. Thereby, I'd like to wind up the session. Once again, putting all the points together. The first lesson, Two Gentlemen of Verona, we are talking only about the two boys who are only 13 and 12 respectively, but they had displayed their wonderful qualities by which the author himself got impressed and insists the readers to display such qualities. And the second, the poem, The Castle, written by Edwin Meade, where he talks about the shameful deed done by one of the guards, and the narrator himself feels shame, and he doesn't even want to express it until his death. And thirdly, we just do with the lesson, God sees the truth. We must be aware. We just think that nobody watches us, but always bear in your mind that you are being watched by someone. Maybe the 5 elements, the sun, the moon, the God, and you can't escape anything. Thereby try to, it's not the point of developing, it's only the point of displaying your qualities in a proper manner, so as you win the hearts of the other people and thereby bring in changes to the other people, so that we change the entire atmosphere into a peaceful atmosphere. Thank you, children. Hope you understand, but keep in touch with us. Go through the slides given to you, not only English, all the subjects. Take down the notes. I know you are not provided with the text, and I don't know how you are going to get with the text. Until then, with the materials possible, I think you can just do with your lessons there. And don't ever forget, you will be doing with the test every week. You will be doing with your assignments, and with the notes that you take down, you will have to proceed with the assignment and the test. So see to that. Keep in touch with us. Keep doing your daily lessons. Take care of your health, and meet you in the next class. Thank you.